hello. My name is Father Sean Coulter, priest, and I'm here today to answer your questions about religion that you've sent in online to the Accidental Theatre ahead of Adam Laughlin's show Weeligious, which is to be performed on Saturday the 18th of October. Tickets available through their website. So, whether you think that religion is real and believe that whenever you die that you'll ascend to a dimension of happiness, or you're an atheist and think that whenever the brain ceases activity that you'll slip into an endless, dreamless sleep of oblivion, whatever way you have your bread buttered, like the big man himself, I hope I can answer your prayers. Our first question comes in from the Quizler132, and he writes, "Many years ago, I lost my hair and became bald. Whenever I die and go to heaven, will my hair be waiting for me?" Well, yes, it will, Quizler. All sorts of body parts will be waiting for us at the gates of heaven. Things like toes, fingers, genitals, teeth, and hair will be returned. Anything that fell off whenever you're alive will be reattached when you walk through the pearly gates. Our next question comes in from Han Solo, and he asks, "At what point during the consumption of communion does it turn into the skin of Jesus?" Well, whenever a Eucharist is swallowed, it remains a wafer until it reaches the stomach. There, transubstantiation takes place. And as the flesh of Jesus Christ is being digested by stomach acids, it ascends back to heaven and is absent from any waste excreted. Our next question comes in from Nippity-Nip420, and he asks, "I would like to get into Christianity. Where would I begin?" Well, to be honest, you're going to have to start with the book of Genesis. I mean, you could jump right in the New Testament, but you won't have a clue what's going on. In fairness, you can just watch the movies, but to be honest, the books are better. BaconFry88 asks, "What is blasphemy?" Well, essentially, blasphemy is any time in which you would call religion really stupid or say that God isn't real. The primary example would be using the Lord's name in vain. There's only very few small instances where you can say the name of Jesus Christ as an expletive and it not be counted as blasphemous. Examples will include burning your hand, stubbing your toe, or suffering from a particularly strong cramp. SedenFL69 asks, "What is your favorite story from the Bible?" Well, my favorite story from the Bible is the exorcism of the Genesian demonic. It's a great story in which Jesus Christ helps a man out who's possessed by an evil entity called Legion, allowing this demonic force to be cast out into a huge herd of pigs, which then stampede off a cliff to their splattery deaths. Imagine seeing that. Break at the Ninth writes in to ask, "What is the Tower of Babel?" Well, that's a very good question. The Tower of Babel is essentially a story in which the descendants of Noah, who were the only people that existed at that time, gathered together and became flat earthers. They believed that if they could build a tower so tall into the sky that it would be a guiding beacon for anybody lost on Earth, which they believed to be a flat plane. Well, as the tower got higher and higher and higher, they thought to themselves, wait a minute, if we keep going, we could get this tower up into heaven. Imagine that. Anytime that you wanted to speak to God or a dead relative, all you had to do was take a big flight of stairs. Well, God up in heaven didn't like what he saw. He didn't want humanity getting into heaven and spoiling the surprise. So he instructed his angels to go down to earth and make large groups of humanity all speak different languages, thus confusing them and hindering the building of the tower. Well, after a while, people started teaching each other each other's languages. So God thought really hard and decided to make a race of people who, whilst would only speak one language, would refuse to learn others. And that is how the English were made. So that's all the questions that we have for today. I hope you've had a lot of fun and I've dispelled any doubt in your mind that religion is real. Because let's face it, unless humanity can reach immortality either through the downloading of the human consciousness to the digital realm or mind transference with experimental cloning technology, people will always be afraid of death and religion will always be around. My name's been Father Sean Coulter, priest.